Thanks for coming, everybody. My name is Subjot Sani, co-founder and CEO of Tapfame. I'm a developer, and my co-founder is also a developer. And about a year ago, we started doing what most developers were doing a year ago. We started building an iPhone game. It was going to be this really cool basketball game. You take a finger, flick a basketball into a hoop that's moving on the background. It was going to be the next greatest thing, draw something, sell for $500 million, and be happy. But a couple weeks into it, we realized that the project was going nowhere. We had no distribution strategy. And even if we did get downloads, we had no way of keeping them there. We had no way of keeping users coming back to the app and using it again and again and again. And as we started talking to our app developer friends, we realized that this was a systemic problem. It was one of those hair on fire types of problems. The average user has 68 apps on their iOS or Android phone and only uses 6. If I get 1,000 downloads to my next greatest app today, 2/3 of you won't give that app a second shot. The result of all of this is for all that time, effort, money, developers spend building the next greatest app, they're setting themselves up to make a grand total of $682. That sucks. That's a huge problem, and at Tapfame, we solve it. Tapfame provides developers a platform that they can use to drive up engagement and increase user retention. Let me quickly show you a couple ways developers are currently using our platform today. So game developers are using the platform to launch contests in their app. Game developers, by the way, make up 50% of the iOS and Android market, so it's the largest segment. This is an app called Lock and Roll, one of our customers. After inserting a couple lines of code in their app, from a web dashboard, he's able to launch a contest in his app. Something like the highest score over the next 24 hours wins a $100 Amazon gift card. Engagement goes up through the roof. Users that played a few times a day now play 6, 7, 8, 9 times a day. And all of that new engagement results in more ad revenue and more in-app purchases for that developer. Other developers are using the platform to launch sweepstakes, specifically targeting that metric we showed earlier where 2/3 of you won't ever use that app again. The magic behind sweepstakes is mostly in the background where we're cohorting users for the developer and segmenting them, telling the users who are your high-value users who have now become inactive. And then we're intelligently sending them a sweepstakes offer via email or push notification to bring them back to the app. Essentially, all those inactive users, we're activating again and giving that developer a second shot or a third shot at hooking that user. Both of these products and others that developers are using the platform today are brought together on a web dashboard where developers can see their engagement analytics, their retention analytics, and then more importantly, what Tapfame is doing. The delta, how many users, how much more engagement, how much more money is Tapfame making my app? Over the last 4 weeks that we've been live, we've been working with several game studios and app development shops. Just some of the beta customers out there. On the left is a dice game called Lock and Roll. In the middle there is a translation app called I Know Jamaican. And the right is a really fun Mad Libs app where I think you can put human lips on like a dog and make it talk or something like that. But just with these 3 customers, just with the 3 apps that are on the screen here today who are actively using the platform, we're excited to announce that Tapfame every month reaches over 100,000 users. And those developers that are using the platform today, the developers using the contest platform, are seeing a 50% lift in engagement. So for that dice game, the user not in the contest only plays 4 times a day. The users in the contest is playing 7 times a day. All that delta, more ad revenues, more ad impressions, more in-app purchases. Developers using the sweepstakes product are seeing a 20% lift in retention. So 2 out of every 10 users who had become inactive we're bringing them back to the app, giving an app developer a second shot at hooking that user. The best feature that we have is that we get paid when we make our developers more money. When we drive inactive users and make them active, when we take low engagement users and increase their engagement, that's when we get paid. As developers, we don't like to pay for anything unless it performs, and that's how we set up the business. Over the last few minutes, we've been talking about the nitty-gritty and how it works and all that stuff, but I just want to take a step back and appreciate the ecosystem that we are innovating in. It's not only huge, but it's early, and it's growing like industries we haven't seen before. 25% year over year for an industry that's already north of $10 billion. And by 2015, $25 billion, probably on the low side of things. And just in the last 3 years, several companies have built $100 million companies and billion-dollar companies in this ecosystem. Some have done it by driving downloads. Others have done it by monetizing the audience via ads. At Tapfame, we solve a clear and specific problem for developers: retention and engagement. A problem that is now top of mind for developers because so many apps are out there, because users have 60, 70 apps on their phone. Getting them to actually use the app is the need of the market today. Today we're raising $500,000 as part of our seed round. We started off ERA with a product on a napkin pitching to John, Charlie, and Barat. Thankfully, they accepted us. In the last few months, we've built a great platform, have real traction, and have done it just the hacker team of 2 people. Over the next 12 months, we want to create a self-service platform where developers can sign up and use the platform and grow that customer base to 1,000. And we want to hire in key areas to grow the team. There's a lot of stuff going on, but just to sum it up, we're a team that's solving a problem that we had. We're playing in a huge market, and we have real traction. If you think you can help us strategically, financially, or provide any guidance, please contact us at founders@tapfame.com, or feel free to stop by and chat with us after the demos. Thank you so much.